Hello, everybody. Today we're going to be taking a look at Song Sera of Korea and how she uses not two, like most people, but three levels of distance to dominate the woman's field. Before we get started, a bit of housekeeping. If you enjoyed this stuff, please find me on Patreon at patreon.com/fencing database. If you enjoy this and you want to chat, come check out the Discord. And if you're in Europe and you're looking for blades, check out fechtklingen.de and code ROBOTKLINGEN for 5% off blades and analysis streams and caliber wireless fencing. Now, when I say Song Sera has three levels of distance, your normal distance is out of distance, which is nothing, and then two tempo, what I call two tempo distance, which is where you have to use two actions to hit your opponent: feint, disengage, lunge, or it's feint and lunge, or parry or post or something. And then one tempo distance where you can hit them. Song Sera is made out of like elastine or something, and has just an incredible range on her low line attacks. She uses that as a third distance, where if you stay far away, she'll hit you in the foot. And if you come into normal two tempo distance, she'll counter. And if you get close, she'll parry or post into usually 6 supreme. So you have to work your way past all three of these really serious threats in order to hit her. And let's take a look at how she fences against Kaylin Xie of Hong Kong. One of the things to note looking at Sera is that she doesn't do a lot of blade actions. She's got an active tip, and she's going high line, low line, in, out, but she's never engaging the blade. She's just waiting for threats. And there's the low line attack, keeping Xia away. Little feint, little pop. And Song knows exactly what's going to happen at every distance. And it's going to be a very simple action she's practiced a lot. So she's very, very comfortable hanging out in that distance, waiting for something to happen. Big feint forward there from Xia, and no reaction at all from Song because she's just not threatened at that point. And we go into non-combativity. Sparks fly. Oh, we don't go into non-combativity. Xia attacks from mid-range, and Song hits the counter. I don't think we'll see a lot of 6 Supreme in this one, but she uses it in other bouts. And you do need, if you're fencing Song Sera, this kind of a 2 or 3 tiered game plan to get close enough to hit her, on top of, finding the time and the tempo, where she's going forward or where she's not paying attention or something. Kaylin is doing these threats that just aren't anything, and she's not getting any kind of a response, so she thinks, okay, well, Song's not responding, I'll go hit her. But it's not that Song isn't responding, Song is reacting appropriately, which is to say she's not threatened, so she's not doing anything. And then when Xia commits, Song is ready for the counter. One of the things you'd really want to do that Kaylin isn't quite doing here is more active control of the distance. She's just hanging out right outside of her two tempo distance, waiting for something trying to make something happen and get a reaction. But it's just not going to work here because Song Sera just isn't feeling the pressure and is totally willing to wait it out. There's that low line attack again. And one of the things that make it so dangerous is that it's safe for her. It's out of distance, and you'd expect it to be punishable, but she's so fast and so long in and out and gets so low that you can't hit her off of it. And if you try to, you'll find she's back out quick enough to get the counter, which goes her way more often than not. And when it doesn't, it's a double, which is fine for her. All right. There's that same thing. It just, and this time Kalen doesn't even try to punish it. He's just gonna let it go and reset. Here Kalen gets in closer, so now she's past that first thread of the foot. Although she's a little bit giving it away. Now she's got to worry about the counterattack. So she's not committing. She's not committing. And that was a really good flush from Kaylin. She found the moment when Song was going forward, and so she couldn't retreat with the counter, and she flushed into that. But it was still dangerous. But you have to take those kinds of risks fencing somebody the quality of Song Sera. I've watched her do that foot shot a lot, and I'm really struggling to think of any time she's been punished on it. It's like her tip has an extra quarter inch of reach on her, and you can do that when it just looks like it because she's so good. And that's actually a floor hit. And it's really amazing the way she has these three basic moves. There's another one, and way overcommitted you would think, and she doesn't hit, but she's so fast back out that Kaylin can't punish it. And then they just reset, so it's totally safe. And there's the counter that you see from mid-range. And this is what it does is, she's never not sure what to do. Because whatever the distance is, she's doing it there. She's got her one action she does at that distance. Sometimes it's a ducking counter, sometimes it's a regular counter. But either way, it works perfectly. Going low again, getting right back up, and so fast she beat the reel back. It's very rare to find a fencer comfortable at this many different distances. You find people who will hang out far away and try to be defensive. You find people whose active pressure getting close. But Song's undeniably a defensive fencer, although she has good offense too. And she hits the ground again. Not really sure what the ref is thinking there. Something wrong with the weapon. There's the foot shot. Kaylin spent too much time standing around, and Song hit her. And it's not a normal shot really to be able to hit that reliably and safely. Even though they're getting pretty close, you usually have to do something to set that up, or wait till they get closer. Really an incredible weapon that not really anybody else on the circuit has. Or 5-2 with no non-combativity, which is fun. And it's not that Song is waiting passively for Xie to come in either, as we see another counter from mid-distance. It's just going to be the same thing over and over again. Counter from mid-distance, foot shot if she's too far, and we haven't even seen it yet, but I think there'll be a couple of 6s and 6 preems when they get in close. But look at the prep. She's applying pressure, active tip. Song is applying pressure, active tip. Nothing overcommitted. Nothing. Good win there from Kaylin to pause in her aggression, where that give her a chance to really take the parry and force the action into Song and get the touch. Small steps, small jumps, in and out, active tip. Safe again, somehow, incredibly, and hits the counter. So Song went low, Kaylin went high that was the long range option. Neither one hit, but Kaylin ended up closer. Kaylin went for the second action from mid range and lost to a counter. And now we're getting in much closer. Still almost in counter distance, really. See what happens. Finally starting to feel the pressure a little bit. And hits the counter because she's incredibly flexible. That was insane. It's so difficult because if you go too soon, you get countered because you're too far away. If you go too late, you get countered because her blade work is so good that she'll just hit you 5 times around the hand and one of them will go off. And if you're perfect but your distance is off, if you go too soon, she's going backwards and you'll miss. If you go too late, she's hit the counter. If you go from too far away, she's hit the counter. If you go from too close, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened there. Maybe she stepped off and didn't realize. There we go. That's a good one. Kaylin finding Song's blade and trapping it with a 4 so that she couldn't do her usual counters and then expose the arm. But that time she tried the same thing and Song got her blade clear and hit the easy counter. So it's not a win, it's just an option that if you get lucky, it will work. And not get lucky. Kaylin's an extremely good fencer, but it's not a guaranteed win by any means. If I was coaching Kaylin, and her coach is much better than I am as a coach, I would be really actively working with these distances like that. Now you're getting close, and now you can start working off this. But she's reset, kind of at the closer distance. I would expect not that, because that was just charge. She's lucky she got it. She's lucky she's got a double out of that one. Honestly, could have very easily gone to Song, but it's definitely never going to be a single for Kaylin. You got to get past the foot shot, and then you got to get past the counter, and you really have to fence these as totally separate phases of the game and do them pretty quickly in sequence. So this is a good example of getting past the foot shot, and now she's pressuring, trying to get it on the counter, but too much prepping, and Song does the disengage into low line for the counter. If you're looking for other variations of this, I think she hit the low line shot 7 or 8 times in a bout against Miriam Grady. For people who can't even get close, and then for other bouts, she's done like 6 preem, 6 preem, 6 preem. And we're not going to see it here, but she's equally capable of using the same strategy offensively, where you push and you push and you push until your opponent counterattacks themselves, and then you counter their counter. Or the same kind of search motion that Kaylin is doing here, that Song disengages around. She can try that out defensively, and it comes in as a prep, as a parry. So it's the same small pushes that she's doing, but if her opponent doesn't push back, they become offensive preps. You get the parry, and then it comes around. And then the foot shot is even stronger, because if you want to stay far back defensively, giving her free access to your toe over and over and over again. And then you come in and then she hits you better. There's the 6 preem, even though it didn't quite work. But you can see how quickly and fluidly she's flowing into it. Counter there for the almost lazy double. And then one more 14. It's just a really hard work, and then she's not done anything really this bout. It's fenced the whole thing in Song's half of just pure distance control, where it's this extra third distance makes such a big difference, because Kaylin's got to come into danger zone, and that's exactly where Song wants her. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any questions, find me everywhere as Robot Reader. Come join the Discord, buy your blades. If you like this stuff, subscribe to Patreon. Hopefully I'll get enough to have advanced analyses on Patreon. If you would like me to do this sort of analysis for you, for critiques and comments and suggestions, I'm available for that as well. Otherwise, have a nice day.